Well, hi, hello, my dear students. Welcome to my video lecture class. Right up to now, I uploaded video lectures on the chapter Magnetic Effect of Current. So, dear student, in this chapter, already I discussed several concepts like Biot-Savart's law, Ampere circuital law, applications of Biot-Savart's law, few numericals on Biot-Savart's law, and a solenoid concept, numericals on solenoid. So the rules for finding direction of magnetic field. So these are all concepts I discussed in previous lectures. So please watch that previous lectures for better understanding, because dear student, these are all lectures or all are linked lectures. So if you watch that previous lecture, then only you can able to understand the further lectures. Right. So now I am going to discuss today most important topic, that is toroid. So what is meant by toroid? What is the function of toroid? Okay. So what is the structure of toroid? How to find a magnetic field to toroid? We will discuss now. So toroid is nothing but simply we can call it as endless solenoid. Endless solenoid is called toroid. The endless solenoid is called toroid. This is the first point about toroid. And second thing is, if we bend solenoid, if we bend solenoid in the form of circular ring, if we bend solenoid in the form of circular ring, it gives toroid. If we bend solenoid in the form of circular ring, so for example, you know already this is a solenoid, you know already here it is a solenoid. Okay, so these are electric wires. This is a figure for solenoid, cylindrical shape. If you bend this solenoid in the form of circular ring, if you bend the solenoid in the form of circular ring, that means I will bend this in the form of circular ring. Okay, this is a solenoid. If I bend this solenoid in the form of circular ring, so here I be the current passing through the solenoid. I be the current passing through the solenoid. If you bend this solenoid in the form of circular ring, okay, here it is. So if you bend this solenoid in the form of circular ring, so these are electric wire. So if you bend this in the form of, okay, so I be the current passing through this wire. Okay. So if you bend this solenoid in the form of circular ring, it will use toroid. This is a figure for toroid. Okay. What we need to find here? So here we need to find magnetic field due to this toroid. Here actually I consider 3 points. This is 1 point. Okay, this is actually its center. I consider 3 points. This is a P. Okay, and here it is some Q, and here at this place this is R. Okay, so this is a P, this is a Q, here is R. Here I consider 3 points. One is here and Q is outside and R is on the toroid. We need to find magnetic field at point P, magnetic field at point Q, magnetic field at point R due to this toroid. So please observe carefully. So now I will find the magnetic field due to this toroid at each and every point. Well, observe carefully here. So again I recapitulate once. Endless solenoid is called toroid. Endless solenoid is called toroid. If you bend solenoid in the form of circular ring, what is the meaning of endless? Solenoid has two ends, but there is no ends for the solenoid, means that will give toroid. Observe carefully. If you bend solenoid in the form of ring, there is no end for this. So that's why endless solenoid is called toroid. Are you understood my point? Solenoid has ends. If you bend this solenoid in the form of ring, there is no ends. That means toroid is endless solenoid. Okay. So for a circular shape, there is no ends. That's why toroid is a endless solenoid. Endless solenoid. If you bend the solenoid in the form of circular ring, this is a solenoid. If you bend the solenoid in the form of circular ring, it gives toroid. Okay. So here I consider 3 points. Point P, point Q, point R. We need to find magnetic field at point P, magnetic field at point Q, magnetic field at point R due to this toroid. Okay. So please observe carefully. Now I will find. Right. You know already, here I be the current passing through this toroid. I be the current passing through this toroid. Am I right? I be the current passing through this toroid. Okay. So whenever current is passing through this toroid, this is some material. So whenever current is passing to the conductor, definitely it will produce magnetic field lines. Whenever electric current passing through the conductor, definitely it will produce some magnetic field. So it will produce some magnetic field. That magnetic field is acting on P, that magnetic field is acting on R, that magnetic field is acting on Q. Are you got my point? Current carrying conductor produces magnetic field according to Oersted. You know already Oersted statement. Every current carrying conductor produces magnetic field. So here some current is passing to the conductor, definitely it will produce magnetic field lines. That magnetic field will be acting on point P, point Q and point R. So we need to find each and every point. So first of all, I am dealing with point P. So case 1. If a point present in if a point lies in open space of toroid, open space and interior of toroid. Are you got my point? This is an open space or not? There is open space because there is no matter here. Point is lies in open space and it is interior part of solenoid. This is interior part of solenoid, right? So interior part of toroid. This point is present in open space and it is interior part of toroid. That's why if a point present or a lies, if you consider present, if a point present in open space and interior of toroid, okay, that point I consider as P. A point P present in open space and interior part of toroid. We need to find magnetic field at that point P. Magnetic field at that point P. So actually, according to dear student, magnetic field can be found by using two rules mainly. By using Biot-Savart's law, by using Ampere's circuital law. We had mainly two laws for finding direction of magnetic field and magnitude of magnetic field. So for finding magnitude of magnetic field, we are using mainly two laws. One is Biot-Savart's law, another one is Ampere's circuital law. So these two laws are very important for finding magnitude of magnetic field. How to find magnetic field here? So I will apply in these two rules. I will use one rule for finding magnetic field. So according to Ampere's circuital law, according to Ampere's circuital law, dear student, we had two laws: Biot-Savart's law, Ampere's circuital law. By using these two laws, we are finding magnitude of magnetic field. Okay, so for finding magnetic field with these two laws we are using. Now I need to find magnetic field at this point P and Q and R. So in these two laws I am using one law, that is Ampere's circuital law. According to Ampere's circuital law, this is indicated with ACL. So what is the statement of Ampere's circuital law? Generally it is indicated with a line integration of B bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught into I net. This is a mathematical notation of Ampere's circuital law. According to Ampere's circuital law, line integration of B bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught into I net. Here, from this, we can write this one as line integration of B into dl into cos theta. Here theta is nothing but 0 degrees. This is a dot product. This is a dot product. Dot product is nothing but whenever dot product is there, we will take cos theta. Here theta value is 0 degrees. Why this theta value is 0 degrees? Here theta is angle between B bar and dl bar. Here theta is angle between magnetic field vector and dl vector. So magnetic field vector and dl bar vector between angle is here 0 degrees. Magnetic field vector and dl bar vector between angle is 0 degrees here, cos 0. Then we got here mu naught into I net. So observe, here is the point. Current is passing on the toroid only. There is no current present in this open space. If matter is there, then current is passing. Here there is no matter. There is no matter, there is no mass, there is no current is passing through it. This is an open space, then there is no current. We can write mu naught into 0 because this point here, point lies at interior part of toroid. Interior part of toroid. So I is equal to 0. There is no current passing through this region. This is an open space. Okay, interior and open space. Okay, interior and open space of toroid. Here point lies interior and open space of toroid. That means there is no current passing at that point. There is no current present at this point. That's why current value is 0. Then finally what we got here? B into integral dl cos 0 means integral dl cos 0 value 1. Mu naught into 0, 0. Finally we got magnetic field is equal to 0. Okay. If any point lies in open space and interior part of toroid, it lies open space and interior part of toroid, then magnetic field at that point is must equal to 0. So magnetic field at point P is equal to, magnetic field at point P is equal to 0. Magnetic field at point P is equal to 0. Dear student, I will recapitulate one more time. So please observe carefully. Actually, toroid, some current is passing through this toroid. Definitely every current carrying conductor produces magnetic field. This toroid is made with a conductor. Some current is passing through this conductor. Definitely it will produce magnetic field. That magnetic field is acting on point P, that is acting on Q, that is acting on R. How to find magnetic field? For finding magnetic field, we had two laws. One is Biot-Savart's law, another one is Ampere-Circuital law. Here I am choosing Ampere-Circuital law. What is the mathematical notation of Ampere-Circuital law? The mathematical notation of Ampere-Circuital law is line integration of B bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught into I net. Line integration of B bar dot dl bar is nothing but B dl cos theta. Here theta is angle between B bar and dl bar, then theta is equal to 0 degrees. Then cos 0 value is 1. Well, here observe equation carefully. Line integration of B into dl. Here B bar dot dl bar is there. You know already, whenever dot product is there, we will get cos theta. Whenever cross product is there, we will get sin theta. This is a dot product. Definitely B bar dot dl bar we can write as B into dl into cos theta. Here theta is equal to 0 degrees. The angle between B bar and dl bar, okay, magnetic field and dl bar both are 0 degrees because observe this is a circular shape. For circular shape, magnetic field vector is, this is a magnetic field vector, and length also, so same, L bar vector also, if you draw the tangent to this, this is also L bar, okay. So angle between B bar and L bar is both are same. If you draw the tangent to the circular plate, for example, observe carefully. So this is a circular shape. This is the direction of magnetic field. If you draw the touching line to the circular path, we get magnetic field direction. The touching line is called tangent. The direction of magnetic field is tangent to the circle. So this is circular shape. If you draw this tangent, then we'll get magnetic field direction. Then direction of L bar also. The direction of L bar also. If you draw the touching line to this circle, then we got direction of L bar. So both L bar and B bar both are acting same direction. Whenever two vectors are acting same direction, then angle between those two vectors is 0 degrees. So that's why I will take cos 0 degrees here. Cos 0 value 1, then B into dl into 1. Here B is constant, that's why I taken out integration of dl. Integration of dl nothing but L. So B into L is equal to 0. You know already I want B value, then this L moves to this side, means we will get B is equal to 0. Okay. So what is the magnetic field at this point P? Magnetic field at that point P is equal to 0. If any point lies in open space and interior of toroid, then magnetic field at that point is 0. If you consider here the point, if you consider here, wherever it may be. So inside interior of toroid is there, but that point is belongs to open space and interior part of toroid, definitely magnetic field is equal to 0. Again I repeat, please observe carefully. If any point lies in interior of toroid and that is present in open space, definitely magnetic field at that point is equal to 0. Okay, right. Next, what we need to find? Here I consider 3 points. One is P, another one is Q point, another one is R point. So now we need to find magnetic field at R point. After that we are finding magnetic field at Q point. So case 1 is completed. Next, case 2. Okay, so now case 2. If your point R is present inside of toroid, inside of toroid. If a point present inside of toroid, okay. So inside of toroid. So that means I will draw here. This is a normal view I draw. This is a toroid, means here is the point R inside of toroid. Okay. Here is one point, here is one point. Okay. So for this is the center. I consider this is a center. I consider. Let us consider here is the point P. If you consider this is a center, this is a point P. This is also in open space, and it is this point P is an interior part of toroid. That's why magnetic field at this point P is equal to 0. If any point is lies interior part of toroid and that is present in open space, definitely magnetic field at that point is equal to 0. So here is the point. Now for this one, radius is R1 I consider. So for this one, if I consider this is a imaginary circle I draw, this is a radius R. If now point is present here, Q point, am I right? So for this one, if I draw imaginary circle, because you know already Ampere circuital law is only valid for closed path. So that's why first we draw imaginary closed path. Again I repeat, Ampere circuital law is only valid for closed paths. Here Ampere circuital law is used to finding magnitude of magnetic field. This Ampere circuital law is used to finding magnetic field. This Ampere circuital law is only valid for closed paths. So that means here is the point, then this is the radius for this point, this is the radius for this point, for this imaginary circle. This is I consider as some R2. Okay, this is I consider as R2. So now observe carefully. So already few minutes back you saw the diagram. Okay, so we need to discuss about R point. If a point R is present inside of toroid, so inside of toroid. Okay, so here already is there. So if a point R is present inside of toroid, observe carefully. So here is R. Then according to how to find magnetic field? How to find magnetic field? By using two laws. Biot-Savart's law, Ampere circuital law. Here I choose Ampere circuital law. So according to Ampere's circuital law, ACL. According to Ampere circuital law, what is the mathematical notation of Ampere circuital law? Integral B bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught into I net. Integral B bar dot dl bar. So B means here B only. Integral dl cos theta. Whenever dot product is there, we will take cos theta. Integral B dl cos theta is equal to mu naught into. So point lies inside. Here some I be the current passing through it. So because this is lies inside of toroid, definitely electric current is present. Dear students, simple thing, no need to panic here. If point lies inside of toroid, definitely that is in closed space, definitely electric current is exist. If it is present in open space, there is no current, electric current is equal to 0. Okay, but here this point is present inside of toroid. Definitely electric current is exist. That electric current is I consider as I. Electric current I consider as I here. Okay, so I be the current passing through this inside of toroid. Next, B is constant, and here BDL cos theta value is 0 degrees. So theta value is here 0 degrees because angle between theta is angle between B bar dot DL bar. So that angle is equal to 0 degrees. Theta is angle between B bar and DL bar. That theta is equal to 0 degrees. Next, integral B bar B into DL into cos 0. Then what we will get? B is constant, integral DL. Okay, integral DL is equal to mu naught into I. Okay, so B into integral DL means L is equal to mu naught into I. So observe carefully here. B into L is equal to mu naught into I we got. So I want B value. So then from this B is equal to mu naught into I by L. Mu naught into I by L. So here if it contains n number of turns, only one loop is there, only one turn is there, we'll consider electric current is I. If it contains n number of turns, if it contains n number of turns, okay, then B is equal to mu naught into n into I by L. So here mu naught into n by L is nothing but here mu naught into small n into I. So magnetic field. So at R, magnetic field at R is equal to mu naught into small ni. Here observe carefully. I replace capital N by L. Instead of capital N by L, I replace here small n. Why I replace here instead of capital N by L small n? Because small n is nothing but here. Finally, what we got here? Magnetic field. If any point lies inside of toroid, magnetic field not equal to 0. That means magnetic field inside of toroid is equal to formula mu naught into small n into I. Okay, so magnetic field at R is equal to mu naught into small n into I, because this R point is lies inside of toroid. Okay, so that means here mu naught value is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. Small n means this mu naught is nothing but magnetic permeability. Next, small n means number of turns per length. Small n is nothing but number of turns by length. That is equal, number of turns is indicated with n, length is indicated with L. Okay, so instead of capital N by L, we are always substitute small n value, because small n formula is number of turns by length. That is equal to capital N by L. So this is the magnetic field if any point lies inside of toroid. So magnetic field at R point is mu naught into small n into I. Well, to continuing my lecture on the chapter magnetic effect of current, the topic toroid, in this now I am going to discuss case 3. So what is case 3? If any point lies in open space and exterior of toroid. If any point lies in open space and exterior of toroid, that means if you consider here is the point, here, exterior of toroid, this is a toroid, here the point lies exterior of toroid, outside of toroid, exterior nothing but outside of toroid, then magnetic field at that point is equal to 0. Here Q is the point outside, here Q be the point lies outside of toroid. So outside of toroid. Here also magnetic field is equal to 0. Why outside of toroid magnetic field is equal to 0? Well, magnetic field, if any point lies outside of toroid, then magnetic field at that point must equal to 0. Again I repeat, if any point lies outside of toroid, then magnetic field at that point must equal to 0. Why it is 0? Since electric current is equal to 0. Since electric current is equal to 0, because electric current is not present at open space. Electric current not present at open space. Observe carefully here. Inside of toroid, electric current passes will be there because it made with some matter. Matter is there, conductor is there, definitely some electric current is passing. But here Q is the point in open space. This Q is the present in open space. That means there is no matter. There is no matter means there is no electric current. Okay. So why magnetic field at any point lies outside of toroid is equal to 0? Because since electric current is equal to 0, because electric current not present at open space. Okay. So I hope all of you understood this. So now I will write all the three cases at one place. So observe carefully. So before going to write three cases, I will draw the diagram. Sorry. Okay, so this is a toroid and here is a if solenoid is bent in the form of ring, it gives toroid. Okay, so this is a toroid. So now point is, this is the center of toroid. So P is the point here I consider. Here is the Q is the point I consider. Here is inside of the toroid. R is the point I consider. Okay, so case 1 what we got? If any point lies in open space, and interior of toroid, if any point lies in open space, this is an open space and it is present interior of toroid, then magnetic field at that point must equal to 0. Must equal to 0. So according to this diagram, what is the point lies interior? P is the point lies interior of toroid, and that is present in open space. So there is a open space. It is an open space. Satisfied or not? This is open space. And it is present interior of toroid. P is the point present interior of toroid. That's why the magnetic field at this point P is equal to 0. Okay. Next, case 2. If any point lies inside of toroid, then a magnetic field at that point is equal to mu naught into small n into I. If any point lies inside of toroid, so here we consider any point inside of toroid, then magnetic field at that point must equal to mu naught into Ni. So magnetic field. So here from this diagram, what is the point lies inside of toroid? R is the point lies inside of the toroid. That's why Br is equal to mu naught into small n into I. Okay, this is case 2. Next we will discuss case 3. Case 3. So these 3 cases are note points. So please mark as a note before going to write these 3 cases. Please mark as a note. So what is the third case? If any point lies in open space and exterior of toroid. If any point lies in open space and exterior of toroid, then magnetic field at that point must equal to 0. Okay. If any point lies in open space, this is the point Q, lies in open space and it is present exterior of toroid, outside of the toroid, then magnetic field at that point must equal to 0. According to this diagram, Q is the point present in open space and it is exterior of toroid. That means magnetic field at this point Q is equal to 0. Okay, so this is overall concept about toroid. I hope all of you understood this. If you will get any doubt, so feel free to mention in comment box. So I think solenoid concept, if you understood very well, then this concept is very easy to understood. Okay, so please watch that previous lecture solenoid, then this concept is you can able to understood very easily. Okay, so please practice concepts regularly. All the very best.